You hear what's happening? Chilltown Hoops in the house. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You. George Hill, what up, brother? Andrew, what's up, brother? Sergio, what's up, my man? How you running? All right. Grease in the house. Good, Ashton. How you doing? Sergio, year. What's popping, Nate? Game 6 of the NBA Finals. That's what's popping. JoJo, what's up, homeboy? Cam, what's up, brother? I think we have ourselves a series, man, and I'm running good, brother. I'm running good. All's my life. What up, Bill? What up? You got 6 players. Curry, Kobe, Shaq, KD, LeBron, and Jordan. Who you benching? Kobe, because I got Jordan. That's why. For that reason only. No other reason except the fact that I got Jordan, so I don't need Kobe. Bucks closing it out tonight. So Rico think Bucks closing it out tonight. All right. All right. DeRozan, how you doing, brother? I'm doing good tonight. Running good tonight. When did you send it over, Cole? I'm still I'm still trying to figure out how to put it together and get it in there. I'm gonna figure it out though. I won't be able to do it without you. Thanks, brother. I really appreciate you. I watched the Big Three a couple times, Ashton. I'm not really a big fan. I wish I could say I was, but I'm not. What's up, Taz? How you doing, brother? Did I say that right? Is it Taz or Trey? Which one? Yesterday, maybe a couple days ago. All right, I'll take a look. I haven't checked my email, but I'll take a look. I'll definitely take a look. Can you make the argument that Giannis is the best player in the game if he wins the Finals MVP? You can make an argument for that. Absolutely, you could absolutely make an argument for that. Cameron, what's up, brother? Taz is cool. I bet. Best post scorer of all time. For me, it's Olajuwon. ISO Joe is the man. He can play in that thing for a long time. ISO Joe ISO Joe got him thinking that ISO Joe can still play in the league. That's how nice he is in the Big Three. Who is my current top 5? Well, you got a lot of guys that's beat up. Like Leonard ain't playing, and I don't know what KD gonna be doing, but KD looked like he ready. But the current top 5, James, Giannis, Curry, Kevin Durant. Luka ahead of Joker. We all expected the Lakers versus the Nets in the finals, but we got to accept both teams. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Yes, we absolutely do. I don't know if y'all could have been better than Shaq because I don't think y'all was as dominant as Shaq was. Y'all wasn't the scorer that Shaq was. So, nah. And, your best ability is your availability. And the fact that he couldn't hold up, that's definitely a knock on him. And, to add to your point, well, if he could have held up, could he have been better than Shaq? Well, I don't know if he wasn't the dominant force that Shaq was. So, he was the best trash talker out of Kobe, Bird, Jordan, and Kevin Garnett. Of all 4 of those guys, all I know is Dr. J was the epitome of class in the NBA, and he punched Bird in the face. I don't know what Bird said to him to make Doc punch him in the face. What I equate that to is LeBron punching Luka in the face in the middle of a game. I would love to have known what he said to Doc that was so disrespectful, because Doc was the epitome of class. So to make him punch him in the face, yeah, he was super foul. Assuming the Bucks close it out and Giannis continues all NBA production over the next 5, is he the second best power forward of all times? He's in the beginning of greatness. That's who Giannis is right now. So he's still got a lot of work to do, man, before he can jump that list like that. He got a lot of work to do. I mean, Karl Malone won league MVP at 36. Is Giannis even going to be around at age 36? So, Flick, what's up? What did I miss, Thomas? Something racist. I don't know what that means. Is Tatum a top 15 player in the league? I think so. Yeah, absolutely. I think so. Jada Activist, that was a good comparison, and I actually thought that Michael Porter Jr. might be a bigger version of Reggie Miller. I can get with that. I can definitely get with that. Top 10 all time if it was based off skill. You just skilled. I mean, all these guys are skilled. Oh, you mean overall skill or just offensively skilled? Because, you know, Jabbar was skilled. Jordan was skilled. Kobe was skilled. Kevin Durant is skilled. Bird is skilled. Magic was skilled. Olajuwon is skilled. Chamberlain was skilled. Curry is skilled. Man. Dr. J is not in my top 10. No, sir. See, boy, I do not think Westbrook is underrated. No, I do not. No, sir, I don't. I don't think Kyrie Irving is a top 5, top 10 player all time in terms of skill. He's nice with the pill, but I'm not going that far to go he's top 10 all time. Kevin Porter Jr. because he's bigger, and I think Kevin Porter Jr. got an upside. Like, Kevin Porter Jr. actually attempts to play defense, which means we could get him to rebound. So, who has the most pressure today? Phoenix. They lose, they out. Milwaukee got 2 games to win 1. Phoenix got all the heats on Phoenix, all of it. You lose, you out. Ramon from Mexico. What's going on, brother? Respect. All right. See, boy, I do like LaMelo Ball. I do, big time. Love you too, Cam. I do like LaMelo Ball. I think Jordan found himself his point guard for the next 12 years. He just got to take care of him and put the necessary players around him that he needs. But absolutely. Absolutely. So who are my next 5 guys after my top 10? Bryant, Jerry West, Oscar Robertson. Who did I have? Karl Malone, Moses Malone. Kevin Durant over Carmelo Anthony. You have to get on Spotify Green Room so we can all talk back and forth with you, OG. Spotify Green Room. You can definitely make the argument that KD and Curry are top 20, definitely. Because again, there aren't many, while I'm thinking about it, there aren't many multiple league MVP and multiple NBA champion guys. Chamberlain, Russell, Jabbar, Magic, Bird, multiple league MVPs. Curry. Jordan. Man. So in tonight's game, right? So in the night's game, how do the Bucks end up winning this thing? I think that the Bucks end up winning this thing by continuing to do what they were doing originally. And what's that? Continuing to slow down Phoenix's transition game. Keep Chris Paul at bay. How you keep Chris Paul at bay? Picking up full court like you were doing. Getting the ball out of his hands and making it difficult for him to get the ball back. Slowing them down. We want Book shooting. We want that. We want Book shooting 33, 35 times because that means that their offense is stagnant. That means that Chris Paul isn't involved as much. That means that Ayton isn't involved that much. So you want Devin Booker shooting a lot. Continue to win the dirty work battle. Continue cleaning up the glass. Middleton basically can cancel out Book. And Holiday can cancel out CP3. Not necessarily offensively, but overall, he could cancel out CP3. Phoenix doesn't have anybody like Giannis. He's the difference. Absolutely he is. Absolutely he is. You know, Jerry West over Steph Curry. See, that's what when I think about a guy in Steph Curry, I have to put him in my top 15. And the reason why I got to put him in my top 15 is because I'm thinking about a guy who's a multiple league MVP and a multiple champion. Chamberlain, Russell, Jabbar, Jordan, Bird, Magic, who won multiple league MVPs. I think he's one of 6 guys. Yeah, he got to go in the top 15. He has to. Just off of that alone. Forget the fact of what he brings to the game. Just off that alone. I think he's one of 6 guys. I'm thinking about during that time. Did I say Jordan? Did I leave Jordan? No, I did say Jordan. Kevin Durant is not a multiple league MVP. Kevin Durant won 1 league MVP. Steph won 2 of them. So that's tough, man, because he's in rare space. He's in rare space. Whoever told you Tony Parker isn't one of the top 100 players, they're wrong. Did I forget LeBron James? Did I leave LeBron James out? Oh my God. So that's 7 right there. So that's 7 guys. Curry got to be in the top 15. Tim Duncan, 8. I did say James, right? Okay. Tim Duncan. He's one of like 8 guys. Hakeem only won 1 league MVP. Kobe only won 1 league MVP. That's it. So to answer your question about Kevin Garnett was he elevated the power forward position. Elevated it. So he was a guy who was ridiculously athletic, ran like a deer. He wasn't the athlete that Giannis is. He wasn't that athletic, but he was just as tough as Giannis. Just as tough as Giannis. He was better on the block than Giannis was. KG had a money mid-range game. He was a lockdown defender. He cleaned glass. He came up short a lot of times in the playoffs, though. You know, he 7 first-round exits, 7 straight years, losing in round 1. 7. Steve Nash is a multiple league MVP. Did not win the NBA championship, though. Did not win the NBA championship. No, I don't think Jordan is overrated. The enemy TV. For that team. I don't know if I understand the question. What's wrong with my camera? Can you see me? Am I fuzzy? Well, SG, let me ask you this question. Because I still haven't gotten this, because you're asking me about Kobe, did he deserve more than one league MVP? I haven't gotten a satisfactory answer on what the criteria of league MVP is. Is it the best player on the best team? Is it the best player overall? Is it the guy who's the most valuable to his team's success? So if we're going off that criteria, what year should Kobe have won the league MVP? Because he did average 35 a game in the 05-06 season. I think they finished 6th in the West. That 2002-2003 season, he averaged 30 a game. I don't know if he was. I don't know if he was the best player in the game. I don't know if he was the most valuable because Shaq was still there. So hang on for a second. OG, how was Duncan ranked always as a power forward and the greatest ever? But he ran the center position the majority of his career. 65% of his career, he played at center, only 33 at power forward. 65% of the time he played at the center spot. So 2/3 of his career, he played the 5. So he played the 5 during that championship series against the Miami Heat. He was playing the 5. What's the Euro's name that was on that team? I'm pretty sure he was playing the 5. Splitter. Yeah, I don't think so neither. Drew. Yeah, Tago Splitter. I think he played the 5 during that run. Yeah, Tago Splitter. That's what I'm talking about. Splitter. He played the 5. Mm-hmm. Hakeem Olajuwon he's the only one who had a quadruple double, and he played the 5. And David Robinson played the 5. Oh, so 1/3 of his career. I mean, he did play. Let's see. So Tim Duncan played 19 seasons. So he played 7 years with David Robinson. David Robinson played the 5. Right? From 97 to 2003? Yeah, from 97 to 2000. That's 7 seasons. 97, 98, 99, 2000, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so he played 7 seasons. And then who did they get? That's a good one. I don't have any worse players. I don't. David Robinson over Patrick Ewing, in my opinion. David Robinson was a better athlete. He was a better offensive player, and he was a better defensive player than Patrick Ewing. Yeah, definitely David Robinson is better than Patrick Ewing. So we got the NBA Finals tonight, Game 6. This is going to be huge. Yo, I'm so feeling this. Absolutely, guys. No doubt. Hold on. So we don't get blacked out. Let me plug me up real quick. Hold on. Yep. All right. Giannis, the top 5 OG, top 5 defenders of all times. No, I'm not married, but there is a woman. I am not married, but there is a woman. Yes, sir, there is. No, I don't think Chris Paul moves. Even if he were to win it, I don't think he moves. So no, JoJo, I'm not married, but there is a woman. Who's on your Bucks Mount Rushmore? Oscar, Jabbar, Giannis, Sidney Moncrief. I don't know if Chris Paul gets a pass if he loses. Yeah, I don't know if he gets a pass if he loses. They just played. They played better, right? That Milwaukee Bucks team. They just Chris Paul got he definitely got himself outplayed in this series, and he was not able to adjust. No, he wasn't. I don't think that I just don't see how they stop Milwaukee from doing what they do defensively. How they counter what Milwaukee is doing defensively. I don't see how Phoenix can counter that. I don't. Christian, man, absolutely. I think Andrew. I think Coach Bud struggles to make in-game adjustments, and it shows. But he gets saved by the fact that Giannis is so good and he's able to improvise. Kind of like what Mike Brown was doing with LeBron James. Because he didn't really have a lot of game plans with LeBron James. It was just give James the ball and bounce. So Geraldo, you said that Sabonis used to destroy Shaq when they met up in the West Finals. That is not true. They met in the West Finals one time. Drew Rondo is a Hall of Famer, absolutely. I think Jason Tatum is better than D Book. I do. And I'm not and Jason Tatum is one of my favorite young players. He's not one of my favorite. He is my favorite young player. And players under 25, Jason Tatum is my favorite. I think he's better than Book. I do. Absolutely, I do. My Mount Rushmore for point guards. My top 4 point guards is Magic, Stockton, Isaiah, Jason Kidd. That's my top 4 point guards all time. I got a tag on my shirt, guys. I'm sorry. Dame or Russ? Steph over Isaiah. All right. Curry got to go over Kidd. Yeah, they only played one time, Geraldo, in the 99-2000 Western Conference Finals. He saw him one time. You asked me what my top 5 list is. You asked, yo, OG, who you think the Mount Rushmore of point guards is? Magic, Stockton, Isaiah, Jason Kidd. Those are my guys. That's who I think it is. Now, if Curry is on your list, that's what's up. Curry ain't on my list because Curry a different type of guard. Skeet, what's going on, brother? It's good. My criteria for point guard is, especially in the all-time category. My criteria. So I'm gonna have to. I gotta walk back Jason Kidd, because you have to do the common things that a point guard does at an elite level. And I don't want to take that away from, I don't want to take you being a scoring point guard away from that, because if you can score, that's a plus. And we need that, right? But the things that you are required to do as a point guard, if you're going to be on the all-time list, you have to do those things at an elite level. So you got to pass the ball at an elite level if you're a point guard. Steph Curry does not pass the ball at an elite level. He averaged 8 assists one time, once. He scores the ball. He shoots the basketball at an elite level. The majority of the time in that offense that he plays in with the Golden State Warriors, he plays a lot off the basketball. And he plays a lot off the basketball because of the way they play. That ball is moving. Those guys are moving. That's the Steve Kerr system, where it's not one guy who dominates the basketball, who's just directing traffic. That's not the way that offense is. It's you get the ball, you got 2-3 dribbles to do something, get off the peel. You're not just going to be pounding the ball and the ball sticks to you. That's why the Golden State Warriors, not the Golden State Warriors, that's why the consensus on KD joining them was a lot of questions, because KD is very much an isolation player. Steph Curry plays a lot off the basketball. So Austin asked me, who do I think had the greatest MVP season ever? That LeBron James 2013 season. I could give it to Jordan in 87, 88. I could also give it to Olajuwon in 93, 94. But James, he went 26, 7 and 8. He shot over 55% from the floor. He shot 40% from the three. He finished second in league. He won the league MVP that year. He finished second in Defensive Player of the Year votes, which I thought he should have won the Defensive Player of the Year. Won the Finals MVP. Yeah, absolutely. Did you forget when I mentioned in the 88 Olympics when Sabonis destroyed a prime David Robinson and embarrassed him? In the 88 Olympics, David Robinson, he had just came out of college. Nah, he wasn't in his prime. He was a kid. He was 22 years old. He didn't even get to the NBA yet because he had to finish his commitment with the Navy in the summer of 88. He wasn't even in the NBA yet. He had to go back to the Navy. So he was far from his prime. No, that's not true. Absolutely not. I do work out. OG, Nick wants to know, OG, can you tell me what Bird is better at than Kobe other than shooting? And then after that, tell me why you have him over Kobe. Well, Bird played the three, and he was more efficient than Kobe, but we already made that clear. He was a better rebounder than Kobe. He averaged double-figure rebounds for 6 straight years. He was a better passer than Kobe. I think he's the only player in NBA history to be 20-10 and 5. 20-10 and 4 for his career. I think Kobe was I think Kobe was a better defensive player than him. That's why I have him over Kobe. Who's a bum? Who's a bum? Hang on. I don't know. I don't know who he's calling about. Go back. I got it. Gerardo. Is that my boy George? Is that George Gerardo? Is that who that is? I think so. Jamal's playoff run. I was thinking that Cheetah Ice. I was actually thinking that because I'm thinking next year, because Devin Booker is this year's Jamal Murray. So I'm thinking who's going to be next year's Devin Booker. That's interesting. I was thinking that too. Yeah, I think that's a fact that when people don't appreciate him, not to the level that we do. Dolphy, what's up, brother? Pin to PayPal. My fault. Should have did that right from the beginning. My fault. Nate, I think Steve Nash is in my opinion, Steve Nash is a top 5 point guard. Thoughts on Len Bias? Len Bias was on his way to be. I thought Len Bias was on his way to being a franchise player before he passed away. He was great. I get very emotional talking about Len Bias because I thought he was going to be great. No doubt. OG with the GOAT. Who would be the GOAT in the 90s if MJ or Olajuwon didn't exist? And follow-up question, who would benefit from a switch more, Penny Hardaway or Kobe in the 90s? If Olajuwon and Jordan wasn't in the 90s, David Robinson, he probably would have ruled the roost. Either him or Shaq. Yeah, either him or Shaq would have ruled the roost. And who would have benefited more from a switch, Penny or I don't know if I understand. Switch from what? Scottie Pippen would have been really good. But Scottie Pippen wasn't that guy, but he was the guy. No doubt. No doubt. Top 5 scorers in today's game, top 5 scorers. Let's see. Dame, Curry, KD, Luka, James Harden. That's fair, Nate. That is fair. And the reason why I have him is because I saw Kobe Bryant and I saw the development of Kobe Bryant. I saw the development of Larry Bird. So in terms of scorers code, he's right outside the top 5. Him and Trae Young are right outside the top 5. Where's Dame rank in the point guards? Dame ranks, let's see, because Curry's considered a point guard, so I have to put him. So Curry, I think Dame is right behind Curry, and in front of Kyrie, and in front of Trae Young. Yes. Is George Gervin a top 5 scorer of all time? You can make the argument for him. Well, what Kareem did better than Wilt was he stuck around longer and he sustained that level, that consistent level of greatness. You know, Jabbar was 38 years old and he won the Finals MVP. He averaged 23 and 12 at 38. That's a big deal. Chamberlain quit at 37, something like that. He was averaging almost 19 boards a game. That was a big deal too. But and I know that, a lot of you guys out there don't really buy it, but I'm not here to not break it to you, but in all honesty, it is 100% a fact. Wilt Chamberlain is actually a person who did play in the NBA. He is not mythical. He is not any of those things. He really did play in the NBA. Absolutely, he did. Who is the greatest role player of all times? Probably Ginobili. And I love Udonis Haslem. I love Horace Grant. I love Jamal Crawford. I love Anthony Mason, Charles Oakley. But Manu Ginobili was Mark Aguirre. I love all of those guys. But this guy Manu Ginobili was he was perfect for what they were doing in San Antonio. So my top 5 shooters of all time are Steph and Ray are 1A and 1B in my opinion. Who did I have? Steph, Ray Allen, Reggie Miller, Klay Thompson, Larry Bird. Nah, because Robert Horry, the thing that you have to remember about Robert Horry was Robert Horry hit big shots. That's what Robert did. Robert wasn't that guy who did a lot all the time. But Robert Horry would knock down big shots when it mattered. He was absolutely that dude. What's up, Ray? Top 5 players never to win a ring. Malone, Iverson, Elgin Baylor, John Stockton, Patrick Ewing. Barkley could definitely be on that list. LeBron is number 1 all time in my opinion because I've never seen a guy who can handle who came in with all that fanfare, all that pressure and all that hype and actually live up to it. Coming out of high school, he didn't have the benefit of going to college for 2, 3, 4 years. He did it in Cleveland, which was basically a wasteland at the time when he got there. They had won 15 games. I watched the development of James and the maturation of James, and I have never seen a guy more complete than him and become more complete than him over the course of his career. He was absolutely phenomenal. And not just become complete in the face of instability. That Cleveland organization, they weren't doing anything for him to stabilize him. Nothing. They were just putting ragtag crews together and telling him to go out there and figure it out, and he was doing that. He was absolutely doing that. And he was figuring it out. I've never seen anybody more complete of a basketball player like that on and off the basketball court, and that's why he's at the top of my list. Magic Johnson is better than Steph Curry, in my opinion. Think about that for a second. Not only was Miami considered a super team, James was the only one on the crew who averaged 20. He was the only one. I don't know if the Bulls win it. If Jason, I don't know if the Lakers win it, but if James Worthy's not playing, we having a different conversation. If a healthy James Worthy is playing and a healthy Byron Scott is playing, we may be having a different conversation here. We may be. So what is a weakness in LeBron James's game? He's not an elite free throw shooter. He's a good free throw shooter. He's not an elite free throw shooter. Like Kobe was an elite free throw shooter. Jordan is an elite free throw shooter. You know, mid to high 80s. James is a good free throw shooter. You know, it's interesting you guys talk about will Giannis be top 10. Giannis is just scratching the surface of becoming great. You know, I want to relax this notion on Giannis being in the top 10. Now, can he sustain this level of play that he's on? Is my question. What did I miss, Ray? Do you think is a modern day Sabonis an example of what Arvydas would have been? Yes, Ray. That's actually a good example. That's actually a really good example, Ray. I do think that. Magic didn't have a lot of people in 91. He had Sam Perkins and young Vlade Divac, Terry Teagle. He had Eldon Campbell. Yeah. I think LeBron would dominate any era. I don't think that he would dominate the 90s or the 80s. I think he would dominate in any era. Yo, OG, many people are saying that if Giannis and the Bucks win the title tonight, they would be the only non-super team to win the championship. What are your thoughts on that? So they would be the only non-super team. That Toronto Raptors, that Toronto team in 19 was a super team? Yeah. I don't know about that Dallas team. I don't know if they were a super team. No, I don't think people underrate Dwayne Wade. I don't think that at all. No, I do not. The only people that don't talk about Dwayne Wade are people who are haters or that they don't know much about basketball and they want to learn about Dwayne Wade. But Dwayne Wade is not underrated. No way. Robert Williams is a player that can get a quadruple double. I promise you. I ain't fighting that. I'm not fighting that at all. I love Robert Williams. This will be the hardest debate of your career. Vince Carter or Zach LaVine if he retires with a ring. No. Vince Carter. I think Vince Carter is better than Zach LaVine. I do believe that. What is my top 5 point guards if I'm talking about them as players, not how well they play the position? So we ain't even talking about point guards then. We just talking about players. That's interesting. Steven Jackson was very respectable. Absolutely he was. Top 3 food spots in Jersey. There's a pizza spot in Jersey City, in downtown Jersey City, called Helen's. I was going there since I was in grammar school. Love Helen's. Absolutely. Top 5 athletes of all time. Well, one of them is in football. That's Bo Jackson. Another one of them is in basketball. That's LeBron James. Another one of them is in baseball. That's Dave Winfield. Usain Bolt. And FloJo. Camley, I'm the neighborhood hero of Jersey. No, I'm not. I was going to say Phelps, Dolphy, and Phelps is right outside. No, I've never been to Rhode Island before. Actually, I have. That's not true. My sophomore year, I've been to Providence. Yep. Hang on, Nate. What are my thoughts on Bol Bol? I think Bol Bol has potential to be a really good player in the NBA. I don't like the fact that he stands on the perimeter at 7 foot, 7'3", and he's throwing the ball between his legs. I think he's a lot more effective when he's closer to the basket. I think he wants to show that he can play on the perimeter because that's the game today. But I think he's a big time talent. I do. If he can develop his game, I do think that. I'm trying to remember what city I was in Belgium. Antwerpen? That's not in Belgium. That was in 2001. So we're talking 20 years ago. Ronaldo is 6'2" with a 42-inch vertical. Yeah. And Flojo ran the 200 and I think it was 19 and 20.9 seconds for women. That's a little over 9.9 on the turn. Mount Rushmore of six mans all time. Antwerpen, yeah. That's where I was in Antwerpen. Mount Rushmore of six men. Ginobili. Jamal Crawford was the most talented. Jamal Crawford. Kevin McHale. I can't say Bill Walton because he only played 1 year at the six man. Mark Aguirre. Maybe Mark Aguirre. Him or Lou Williams. Lou Williams, probably. Probably Lou Williams. I'm sorry, Nate. Let me get back to what my man Nate talking about. OG, I know some of your criteria for ranking players is based off longevity. How long you were great? Kobe was consistently great from 2010 to 2013. Has 5 rings and 7 trips to the NBA Finals. That's a fact. That's not your opinion. That's a fact. Yes, he did. From 2000 to 2013. He was the best two guard in the game for a decade. From 2000 to 2011. I think that was the last year that he made first team All NBA. Yeah. Definitely. Absolutely. So Rico, I don't know. That's a good question. If I couldn't guess off the top of my head how old you are, my man. I mean, Tony Kukoc was a big time. He was a big time player, and he'd be in that top 6 man discussion. He played 3 years on the championship team, so as a 6 man, and he actually won 6 man of the year in '96. So he was awesome. 6'11". He was in that influx of Euros who. Excuse me. He was in that influx of Euros who started to change the NBA, where they started to say, this is the way the game is. This is the direction that the game is going. And Tony Kukoc, 6'11", and left-handed, could get to the basket. He would drag Patrick Ewing away from the basket. He would drag Biggs away from the basket, and he was pretty incredible, man. Yes, he was. Absolutely. I've been to Atlanta. Yeah, I've been to Atlanta a couple times. I don't think Jason Terry was better than Jamal Crawford or Lou Williams. I do not think that. Why do I still have Bird? Well, because like I said, in terms of longevity, Kobe is absolutely up there. Bird did more things better than him. You know, Bird was a 10-time All-NBA performer. He made first team 9 times. He was a better rebounder than Kobe. He was a better playmaker than Kobe. He was a better passer than Kobe. He shot the long ball better. Kobe was a better defender. I won't fight that. Kobe scored more points. I won't fight that neither. I can't fight that. But I think Bird was a better overall player. My favorite sitcom of all times, Living Single. Living Single or Law and Order. One of those two. Looney's top 15 all time. Top 15 all time. So the next 5 players. I got to put Curry in the top 15 because it's only 7, 8 guys. So I got, when I think about where Curry is in terms of a class, right? When I think about where Curry is in terms of a class, he's one of 7 guys, I think. Jordan, Jabbar, James, Magic, Bird, Tim Duncan. I'm leaving somebody out. That have won multiple championships and multiple league MVP. Chamberlain and Russell. So that's 8 guys. And then Curry. Curry's one of 9 guys to win league MVP and multiple league MVPs and multiple NBA championships. So he's got to be a top 15 guy. So Law and Order is not a sitcom. Law and Order is a TV drama. So a sitcom would be Friends. A sitcom would be, did I say Law and Order was a sitcom? I apologize, King. Law and Order is not a sitcom. A sitcom would be like Friends or The Cosby Show, something like that. And my favorite sitcom was Living Single. Giannis versus Kareem one-on-one. Who am I taking? Jabbar. Nate is trying. He's trying hard, B. Best team to never win it all. My money is still on that Utah Jazz team in either that Utah Jazz team or that Warriors team, that 73-9 that didn't win it. No doubt. We talk basketball in here, but I'm going to answer this football question. He asked me about the top 5 quarterbacks of all time, in my opinion. My top 5 quarterbacks are Montana, Brady, Peyton Manning, Dan Marino, Drew Brees. Those are my 5 guys. Gamer, you think Suns are going to win this thing? All right. Absolutely. People do forget that DeMarcus Cousins was a monster. Before he got hurt? Absolutely. Before he got hurt, absolutely. I think he would have gave before he started breaking down, I thought that DeMarcus Cousins would give Joel Embiid everything he's looking for. I think he would have kicked Joker's ass. No question in my mind. No doubt. So you think Giannis is overrated because the Nets? No, I don't think Giannis is overrated, JoJo. Once again, and you will never get me to say that because a team got hurt, that another guy's, when he won a championship, it's tainted. You'll never get me to say that. It is not my problem that you broke down. If we get into a race and your car breaks down, that's a you problem. That's not a me problem. And you will never get me to say that. CO icy. I can't fight that, CO. Nah. CO, I cannot fight that. And the reason why I can't fight that is because he was on his way to being that. I think at one point, DeMarcus was 25-14. So he was absolutely on his way to being that. No doubt. Well, I can't do a top 10 no accolades because you just want me to go off a guy's just the eye test. Who are the 10 guys that I've seen with my eyes to go, yo, these 10 guys are better. Amir, I think Nurkic is, I think he's solid, but the problem is that he can't stay healthy, man. If he could stay healthy, like I think that they would have in that 19. I didn't have that 19 Blazers team. I didn't take them serious, but I thought that they could have gave Golden State a better run had he been healthy. Top 10 quarterbacks right now. I ain't doing that. Or Jerry Rice, even though Jerry Rice was. And if Jerry Rice played today with how laxed pass interference is and how laxed hand fighting is, he would have been, forget it. Top 5 players that I've seen live. Jordan, Bryant, Doc, Shaq. Number 5. I do think Wilt bench 600 pounds. I do believe that. Yeah, talk about that. Just like pure hoopers, these Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russells, they just lay the ball up. Oh, and LeBron. So I'm just going off of Bloom. What's up? So I'm just going off the eye test. Like, we don't got no accolades. I'm just looking at this player and I'm like, yo, this dude is the goods. And I'm ranking 10 guys. So I just walked in the gym and all of these guys are in here and I'm just looking at these guys and I'm going, yo, this dude is the goods. This dude is the goods. This dude is the goods. All right? Jordan is the goods. Bird is the goods. Magic is definitely the goods. Jabbar is the goods. Brian is the goods. KD is the goods. James is the goods. Curry is the goods. Shaq is the goods. And KD is the goods. Nope, Shaq got to come off my list. Olajuwon is the goods. Did I say Durant twice? My fault. So then Iverson is the goods. Westbrook is not a top 10 talent all time. No, he is not. No. I am not looking at Westbrook. I did not walk into a gym and I saw a bunch of guys and I'm picking Westbrook out of all of these guys. No, I'm not. So when I say Melo is a top 5 complete scorer, I don't know about top 5 complete scorer, but I tell you what, boy, Melo didn't play a lot of games when it came to getting to it. Melo got right to it. He didn't do a lot of. Melo in his prime, he didn't screw around with you. He got right to it. That's interesting, Nate. Even though the league was being run over and dominated by black guys. Bird gave them hope that, somebody that looks like me. Absolutely. So no Bird. Dirk Nowitzki, is Dirk Nowitzki running around? It's cool. I mean, these Euros, that's why they were running around, because of guys like Bird. Yes, sir. I see it is. Alex English is not the most underrated scorer. No, he is not. Even though Alex English from 80 to 89 scored the most points in that entire decade. But the reason why people don't talk about Alex English that much is because they didn't win. They didn't. He averaged the same amount of points in that span of time as Carmelo Anthony did. He averaged the same amount of points in that span of time. So it's not like he was doing something that Carmelo Anthony wasn't doing. It's not like he was doing something that LeBron James wasn't doing. The problem with Alex English was that they didn't win. Melo, T-Mac, and Vince. Blame it on birds. Are you religious? I don't follow a specific religion. I'm not that kind of guy. I don't do the whole religion thing. I do believe that there is a higher power. I'm not vain enough to believe that I'm just here by myself and I'm just doing all of this by myself, whatever it is. No, but I don't get into religion because that's a whole bunch of propaganda and that's a whole bunch of nonsense that people try to fill other people's head up with. And I don't get involved in that rhetoric. However, I do believe that there is a higher power. No question about it. I think I got that figured out, JS. Amari, what's up, brother? Let me see what Nate said. That's fair, but if you look around the league now, everyone tries to have some part of Kobe in their game. Who and who is the best young player in the game today, Nate? Let me talk to Nate real quick, and I promise I'm gonna get right back to you guys. Who is regarded as the best young player in the game right now? Today. Who is regarded as the number one young player in the game today, under 25? I'm interested to hear this. Not okay. Tatum, Booker, Luka. So Luka is the best young player in the game today. Who is Luka compared to? Who do they compare Luka to? Right, you say it's Luka and it's not close. Who do they compare Luka to? Say it one more time, Brandon. Who do they compare Luka to? Joe? Say it again. Joe, say it one more time. There you go, Nate. They say he's the second coming of Bird. And he's the best young player in the game. So I hear that a lot. Even though I don't see a lot of Larry Bird and Luka, I think Bird was better than Luka, but that's who he's compared to. Amanda, what are my thoughts on on De'Aaron Fox? De'Aaron Fox, and I've talked about this more than once, more than twice. The problem with De'Aaron Fox is that Sacramento is whack, so don't nobody talk about them like that. If the Sacramento Kings were in the playoffs, people would talk about him a lot more. He looks to me like Nick Van Exel 2.0. With that left hand, how fast he gets up and down the floor, how athletic he is, he will throw it over the top of you. I love everything about his game. So, and he gives Ja Morant the business every time he sees him. He don't give Ja Morant the business once or twice. Every time he sees Ja Morant, this is what he doing. Come get some. Every time he see him. That's what I said, Cam. Luka is nothing like LeBron. I don't know where they get that from. Absolutely. Zion over Ja. Sidney Moncrief was arguably the best defensive guard of his era. Arguably. You can make an argument for him. No doubt. Bebo, Zion over Ja. Average 26 a game, 60% from the floor. And he doesn't have a mid-range in his game. Wait till he puts a mid-range in his game. He's going to be the face of the NBA at some point. No. Luka and LeBron's athleticism do not match. That's not your opinion, sir. That is a fact. Why do people keep asking me if I watch anime? I clearly don't. I'm out the loop when it comes to anime. So, and I think that may very well happen, Joe. I think Zion will end up, because that's an unstable organization in New Orleans. I do. I think that's a very unstable organization there. And for somebody like him, you don't want him down there wasting away. Because to be quite honest with you, Anthony Davis wasted a lot of time down there in New Orleans. They didn't do anything for him. I mean, the best second player that they got him was Drew Holiday. So, you wish, Drew. Zion to the Cavs. Ha! You wish. That's tough, CJ. That's tough, CJ to the Lakers. For who? So if CJ go to the Lakers and they trading Dame, that means they blowing it up. If that's what you're telling me, that means this thing is over. Lucy, I think Milwaukee ends it tonight. I do. I think they end it tonight. What about the Booker, the Mitchells, and Tatums, the KDs? You pointing out one guy. If CP loses, he joining the Lakers. You think he leaving that money on the table in Phoenix to go to? Because he's not going to get that kind of deal with the Lakers. They already maxed out James. They already maxed out AD. Chris Paul looking for something like 3 years, $90 million. Lakers ain't paying that. Absolutely not. And there's no way he opted out of his deal to go play for the Lakers and take less dough. Nah. If he's going to take the cut, then why? His team is in the NBA Finals. Why leave? Let's come back next year and try it again. What do I think Luka plays like? I see some Larry Bird in his game. I do. I definitely see some Larry Bird in Luka's game. No doubt. I think Tatum could become better than Luka, but Luka right now. I think Tatum will be better than him, though. I do think that. Saints rule. I don't think Dame leaving either. I don't. Not much, Jay. Running good tonight. We're talking basketball, talking finals. You gotta have a face-to-face talk about Kobe versus Bird. I promise I'll convince you. Nah, I don't think so, my man. So I'm interested to find out what next season. I mean, if you're asking me right now about next season, I'm really interested to see what happens when with KD, Kyrie, and James Harden, if they can stay healthy and they can hold up. Because Kyrie is just, as a player, he's so dynamic. And he's so aloof, though. I mean, and he gives you everything that you want as a player offensively, but he can also be a cancer to your team. He proved that in Cleveland. He proved that in Boston. So I don't question how good Kyrie Irving is as a talent. My issue is him as my leader. Kyrie is a very unstable guy. So OG, do you remember when Jerry West hit a 60-footer in the 70s finals, but there was no three-point? Game's over. If there was a three-point line, game's over. We're not going into overtime. Game's over. We're done. Game's over. We are finished. We're done for the night. Have a good night, folks. Good to see you. If there was a three-point line, which there wasn't, and that was more like a 7. It looked like it was from the free throw line on the other side of the floor. Most of the majority of the people are young. That's why we think he's delusional, because most of us didn't see where it play. And you know the other thing too, Balls, my life. The other thing is, in 20 years, somebody else is going to come along, and you grew up watching Kobe Bryant, and somebody else is going to come along, and they're going to be really good, and you're going to tell them that, man, Kobe Bryant was this much better than him, and they're going to be looking at you like, Kobe Bryant, get the hell out of here. And they're going to make you think you're delusional, even though you saw him. And you can talk to this 22-year-old about this guy that he's talking about today. So not yet, nice. He still got work to do. When I think about Devin Booker, and I think I mentioned this in the past, Devin Booker reminds me, he's got a lot of Brandon Roy in his game. He's like a more athletic version of Brandon Roy. That's who I see in him. A lot of his game, I see Brandon Roy. A lot of it. That's a fact, Walsh. He did take his team to the Eastern Conference and then did it again last year. Now, in his defense, I think he is on a little bit better team than Luka. But Luka can be difficult to play with. Now that I watch Luka and I start to study more of his game, he had a 20-8 guy in Porzingis on his team asking, why am I not more involved in the offense? What do I need to do to be more involved in this offense? So I haven't watched much of Jalen Green. But I tell you what, Jalen Green is a super athlete. I will tell you that. Bebo, T-Mac would have been, I think T-Mac would have been better had he, I think he would have been better had he stayed healthy more, because I don't think injuries completely derailed him. He did play 16 years. So why isn't Porzingis that guy, Richard? I mean, he is 20-8, and he's a Euro who plays on the perimeter. He will run down the gut and punch it on you. I don't know if he can hold up physically. If he can, I do watch the draft. Yes, sir, I do. If he can hold up physically, I think Porzingis can absolutely be a really good number 2. Take it light, Giannis. Good to see you, brother. I think Melo is going to be gone. Yes, he did have his golden opportunity in the 07 playoffs. Didn't they win 20? I think they won 21 straight games that year. That was the best Rockets team he was on. They had the misfortune of running into that Utah team. That's what screwed them up. He is hard to play with, Keyshawn, and the reason why he's hard to play with is because he doesn't get guys the ball when it's necessary. He pounds the ball a lot. He does pound the ball a lot. And just because he's 8 assists a game, that doesn't necessarily mean that he gets the ball to guys when they need it. You know, you got a guy in Porzingis who's running around and who's stagnant because he doesn't know exactly where he should be and what he should be doing. These guys play off of Luka. Too much sauce. I'd rather get dunked on because to get dunked on, I can make that up. In fact, if I got punched on, I'm looking to punch it right back on you. Like to get crossed up, I might get hurt doing that. And see, ball, that's not a good thing when I'm giving up the ball when I'm in trouble. That's like a quarterback. I'm throwing the ball when I'm in trouble. I'm not throwing the ball to the right people. I'm just throwing it when I'm in trouble. That's not good basketball. Not at all. Sidney Moncrief is not better than Bird. Relax, my man. I mean, what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to discourage you from that. If you feel that way, absolutely. I don't think Sidney Moncrief is better than Bird. No, I don't. Yeah, Elon. I think that Oklahoma City got a great future. All those draft picks, they got Shai, and they're gonna make some noise in the future. They have a great opportunity to show Alexander that they're gonna build this thing around him and they're gonna do it the right way. Bird is not top 10. So Rico, how you keeping out a guy who won? So why isn't in your opinion, why isn't Bird top 10? I'm interested to know that. Vince Carter's Olympic dunk is one of the best that I've seen, no doubt about it. Hornets are going to change the NBA. Wow. I think the Hornets got a young team, man. I do, and I think that Jordan needs to make the right moves in order for this to keep going because I think he has his point guard. I do think that. How good was D Fox? What do you mean, how good was D Fox? He's still in the league. No, I don't think LeBron is an underrated scorer. Anytime you 27 a game for your career, you are not an underrated scorer. No. LeBron James is third all time in points in league history. He is not an underrated scorer. You guys who talk about him, who don't talk about him like that, are the ones that are looking at Kevin Durant and guys like that, throw the ball between their legs and shoot step back threes. Even though James does that too, right? James does that too, but you know. All right. Even though James does that too, but because the guys that I have in my top 10 dominated more than Kobe did. They had overall better careers than Kobe Bryant did. I'd like to see Bronny in the NBA too with his father. That would be so dope. After LeBron, who is the most complete player that I've ever seen? Jordan. Michael Jordan. You can make that argument that Exum has not turned out to be that guy. I do think James will pass Kareem in points, Giannis. In fact, I think the way my math works, James could do it in the next 2 I think the next 3 seasons, all he got, I think if he averages 22 over the next 3 seasons, the next 2 seasons, he could pass Jabbar over the next 2 seasons. So who has the highest potential of all the young players in the league right now? I think Jason Tatum. I think he has the potential to be better than all of these dudes. Giannis is a top 3 player in the NBA right now. I'll take Giannis ahead of Anthony Davis. And remember too, and not only did he not pass him, Jabbar played 20 years. Jabbar didn't play 18 years. Jabbar played 20 years. And Jabbar went to college for 3 years too. Don't leave that part out. Like James didn't go to college. Mm-hmm. Kevin Love is on the back end of his career, but Kevin Love was one of the better power forwards in the game for a long time. He's going to the Hall of Fame. No question about it. No question about it. What's up, John? How you doing, brother? Kevin Love was one of the better power forwards for a long time. I think he had like a 4 or 5 year stretch where he was arguably the best power forward in the game. Led the league in rebounding 1 year. Made the All-Star team 5 times. Yeah. Made the All-NBA team twice. Problem was he was in Minnesota for most of his prime years. And Minnesota was whack. So that was the problem. If D Rose doesn't make the Hall of Fame, he'll be the only league MVP not to be in the Hall of Fame. If Chris Middleton goes off like he did in Game 5, even if it's going to be hard to keep that Finals MVP away from Giannis. It's going to be really hard to do that. What do you mean, Keyshawn? Who am I taking out and saying Greek freak you in? Taking out of where? Hugh, I think LeBron James is the most complete basketball player that I've ever seen. And everything that I've seen him do over the course of his career and his development and his ability to overcome and continue to strive. Not just in the face of adversity, but in the face of instability with that Cleveland team. He's the most complete basketball player on and off the basketball court that I've ever seen. No, he doesn't, Richard. If Chris Middleton went for 60, ain't no way Giannis winning the Finals MVP. No way. Take it light, Dolphy. Good to see you, brother. Till next time. Absolutely, till next time. Giannis or Kawhi? Well, Kawhi ain't healthy, so Giannis. KG over Dirk. No doubt. Well, my issue with this whole Giannis being in the top 5 in power forwards, were you guys talking about Giannis like this last year when he lost in round 1? I'm sorry, in the semifinals to the Miami Heat. Were you talking about Giannis 2 years ago like this when they were up 2-0 and then Toronto ends up winning the next 4 games? I mean, were you talking about Giannis like that? Because I don't appreciate this whole all of a sudden this dude is this dude. Were you guys talking about him like this then? Now, I have to admit, man, that Phoenix does not have anybody. Phoenix doesn't have anybody on that unit like Giannis. But this whole notion that Giannis can move into the top 5 power, this dude is 26 years old. Let's hold on this dude. So let's just hold off on this dude being. Man, I listened to somebody tell me that, you know, Giannis, if they win the NBA championship, he moves into second all time on a power forward list. What? Are you serious? Second? So you putting him in year 8 ahead of a guy who is a 14-time All NBA performer, 12-time first team All NBA performer. He goes right ahead of him. Like I said, Karl Malone won the league MVP at 36. Is Giannis even going to be around at 36? Do we even know if he's going to be around in 10 years? Giannis over Barkley if they win? Cam, relax. You know that Charles Barkley is a part of the 20,000 point, 10,000 rebound club. Giannis hasn't sniffed that yet. He has not. Barkley, Malone, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Elvin Hayes. Those are the only guys at that position, at the power forward spot, that's on that list. Giannis ain't close to that 20,000 points, 10,000 rebounds club. Super wow, Tweaks. Not wow, super wow. Stu, Magic Johnson, in my opinion, is the best point guard of all times. It's just that it's not that I don't think Giannis is great. It's just that he's just got a lot of work to do. A lot. D-Book can stop who? Who do you think D-Book can stop, Robinson? Amanda Robinson. Ayton is the key tonight, Dante Jenkins. He is. I think Chris Paul got 2 more years before he over. Ball's my life, make it clear. So you want us to relax on the? You want them to relax on the Devin Booker nonsense too? Like, let's chill out on that too. Let's chill out on that too. So, I mean, what you guys are talking about, absolutely. But you know, let's chill out on the D-Book nonsense too. Yo, I don't know, Luce. I don't think Scott Foster's gonna have any effect on what happens tonight. I don't. I'm about to get off in a little bit, man, because the game's getting ready to start. So, but I got a couple more minutes. Yeah, a couple more minutes. So, Jeff Green, Kyle Lowry is absolutely a Hall of Famer. Yes, he is. 6-time All-Star, 6-time All-NBA defender. He was on that 2016 Olympic team, won the gold medal. His number's better than Mo Cheeks, won the NBA championship. He's absolutely a Hall of Famer. Yes, sir. Started all 3 years at Villanova. He ain't really averaged that many points, but yeah. Started Villanova, absolutely. Kyle Lowry is absolutely a Hall of Famer. Mo Cheeks never played for the Lakers. No, sir. Mo Cheeks played for the Knicks. I'm sorry, he played for the Sixers. He played for the Knicks. I don't think he played for anybody else. Nah, I think CP3 is I think CP3 is better with the pill. I think he's a better offensive player. I think he's more efficient. I don't think their styles are that similar. Not at all. Mm-mm. Yeah, Mo Cheeks is Mo Cheeks is he was on that 83 team that won the NBA championship. So he's a Hall of Famer with the Texas El Paso. And Mo Cheeks was that dude. So all righty, guys, it's about that time. So it's good talking to you. I know where to find you. I'll be posting tomorrow morning my thoughts about this game, and I'll catch you on the other side, and I'll let you know when I'm going live again. You'll definitely get a notification when I'm going live again. So it's good to talk to you guys. Till next time, take it light, but take it.